y'all saw me stacking up boxes, is because I've worked so hard to get to this point. This is actually my first time showing you guys PR boxes. Normally I'll stack them up and I'll just review them, and I won't like store them away. Some things I will, and I won't review it because I want to share with you guys, but majority of the time I always just share with you guys right away because I get super excited. Overall, these are all my PR boxes that I just recently started stacking up, and I wanted to share with you guys as another UGC video content, and also to give you guys proof that if you love doing content and you really want to pursue your career in this is the beginning, this is the start. I'm not saying that I'm all the way there, but this is just what happens when you put in the work. Mind you, I am an ambassador of some of these products. I will list down all my discount codes. I will have it down in the description so you can go and check it out. But before further ado, before I get started, you know I always like to leave at the end a Bible scripture, which I will do at the end of the video. But also, if you're not new to my channel, hello, welcome. My name is Cristina. I do beauty content, lifestyle, vlogs, and everything beauty. So if you love content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for every time I upload a new video. Comment down, let me know your thoughts on some of these products and some of your thoughts of what you want to pursue in your career. Also, please share with all your friends and all your family and help out your girl, because as small as I am, I always love going back to my comments, reviewing them, and commenting back with all love to all my family, because you guys are not just fans, y'all are my family, and I want to share with you guys everything that I give and give back. Don't forget to share because that also helps my algorithm. Now let's get into this PR unboxing. If you stay this long, don't forget that there will also be a giveaway at the end of the video, so stay tuned. So let's start off with my first unboxing, which I am an ambassador for, and I love the community. I love their skincare products. I even myself was a customer at one. Then finally they reached out to me for so many years for all the hard work that I did. And that's Bubble. So we're gonna try what's in here. They give you a little sticker. I always keep these stickers and my daughters end up using them. And then I always had like these pamphlets. I have like an idea of what I'm going to be using with this, but so far I have so many of them. So Bubble sent me the Water Slide Hydrating Boosting Serum. I have tried this before and I'm obsessed. It's super hydrating. So if you're an extra dry girly, some hydration in your skin, especially that we're going towards April and summertime, this will be really good for the summer, and it'll keep your skin hydrated, especially now in the wintertime. I really like this, so thank you so much, Bubble. Next Bubble product that I was so happy, super happy, because your girl works extra hard to get her stuff done. She has to stay consistent. I know that I'm like all over the place, but recently I got sick, so I had the flu. I'm still recovering. And this is why I've been like on hold on so many of my unboxings. But Bubble gave me this little package. Let's see what's inside. It's the Face the Element Soft Swerve Barrier Restore Balm. As y'all see, the beautiful girl. And you see, this is actually my favorite balm. I use this every single day, especially on my dry days. It comes with the Soft Swerve Bubble Balm. It comes also with another Water Slide and a Bubble Power Wave. I love using all of these. This one I just started using, but these two I always go back and I use them. They're super hydrating on the skin. Super excited to try all these and have them in my collection, but I already have one of these, so I might be giving away some of these products. So like I said, stay tuned. I love this whole collection and I love the skincare. Thank you so much, Bubble, for sending me these amazing goodies. Thyers. So Thyers sent me their pore refining pads. I'm obsessed with Thyers. Recently, I have been recovering from my dermatitis. The last time it was like super bad. I was gonna film, but I ended up not filming for you guys. But so far, this here was like super red and it was bumps literally everywhere, as well as my other side. It wasn't as bad as on this side. like it was on this side, but it's recovering. I do have dark spots, so I've been recently using the Thayer's Rose Petal toner, and so far the rose petal has been clearing up my skin so much and my dermatitis, and my skin doesn't feel irritated. So I'm super excited to try these pore refining pads. So thank you so much, Thayer's, sending me these goodies. And yes, I am an ambassador, so I'll leave the discount code down below. Next is the Morphe. I always get Morphe products and I just keep their packaging. Some of them, my husband always tells me like, why you got so much? But it's just the packaging that they always get me every single time, because Morphe never fails. Like, their products are super affordable. I've been a Morphe girl since even 2015, like even longer. Like, Morphe's been that girl and never disappoint. This is a brand that reached out to me like maybe months, like a year ago, and I would never think that they would actually pick little old me to feature some of their latest new collections. So I'm like so happy. But they just came out with a setting spray, and it is hold your makeup, not your breath. And this is how it looks. It has like, I've always wanted one of these and I could never afford to get it. I have my hands on this and their new, it's called Life Proof Continuous Mist. I'm super excited because this is gonna lock in my makeup. Close eyes and mouth, hold. And it has like a nice fine mist. I love setting mist that's super fine, quiet, and it does separates everything. I love it. Thank you so much, Morphe, for sending me these goodies. And lastly, because my PR unboxings are not that much, but lastly, CeraVe never fails. They're so amazing, and they always send me. Did win a contest, and I won over PR. So they send me like free PR. And it makes me super happy whenever I get products, because I love giving it away and, you know, giving them to my parents or to my mom, and it just makes me feel happy. So CeraVe sent me the hydrating micellar water, as well as the balancing air foam and a vitamin C eye cream. So you know I'm definitely going to be using this because I need to brighten up my under eyes. They've been looking way too dark, so I'm excited. So thank you so much, CeraVe, for sending me these goodies. So overall, this is everything that I receive in, whether it's PR, whenever I do the hard work. Now I'm going to explain to you guys how I got to all of this. So if you want to be a content creator and you're really serious about it, then whether you're in the field of beauty and you specifically want to do skincare or makeup or anything, these are the things that I've learned as a content creator from doing this since 2018 up till now. And it's consistency. And I know that this is hard for some people to listen, and sometimes you might just shut off the video and be like, she's always saying that. But the real reason is because consistency does matter, and brands look at that more than they look at views. And for some people, you may think, oh, well, she just has a small following. Because I do. I have a small following. I have under 2,000, under 1,000. Like on my Instagram, I have 1,000, and on TikTok, I have 2,000, and then on my YouTube here, which is my baby, where I always share everything with you guys, majority of the time it's 1,000. I would say 1,000.1K, as much as I have. So I'm really a small creator. I'm not actually a micro influencer. Micro influencers are ones that have like 10,000 and more following, and you have your beauty influencers that are, you know, that are already like famous, or what you could say. But this is my thing where I want you guys to understand. The reason why I said that the views don't matter because the brands don't look at that is because the brands want to know that you're using their products and that you're being very authentic to your audience and making sure that whatever you're using is going to sell on their behalf, but also it's something that you love to enjoy and you're being yourself. Because if you're just trying to do this just to gain money and fame, then you're doing it all for the wrong reason. So long I have told my husband that I love doing these things, and at some point it was very overwhelming because I would take time out of my day to do this. And sometimes I wouldn't even have enough time to spend with my kids because I would put so much work into this. And sometimes I would tell myself, like, maybe this is not working out, maybe this is not it, I'm not giving too much time to my kids, I'm losing focus on what I'm supposed to be worrying about, and I'm worrying about all these other things. And I thought that at some point, even with me trying to be consistent, it wasn't working out because I wasn't getting reached out and brands were not looking at my content. But the thing was, is I'm going to be very, very hard on myself like I was back then. I wasn't consistent. I would just come in and out, and I'll post and then I won't post. And then I'll post and then I won't post. And at some point I had to tell myself, like, Cristina, you got to stop not posting like whenever you want. You got to post. Like, yes, don't overconsume and then overwhelm yourself, of course, but pick certain days where you feel comfortable. Just go with the flow. I try not to plan. I'm the type of person that I don't try to plan, but if I plan, I like to write things down. And if I don't have any ideas, I go back to the notes that I have on there, and it reminds me of things that I can do or things that I can film, like, of course, this PR unboxing with you guys. And that's what I've been doing, and I've always been consistent. I think consistency does really matter. And when you put in the work and you do your part and you're doing everything that you're supposed to, you're doing your due diligence, your homework, and you're giving great high quality, brands are going to reach out to you. And they don't care if you're a small creator or you have a small following, because what matters to them is that you are being who you are and you're actually showing up for your work, if you feel me. Yes, you're going to have so many, my light turned off, but you're going to have so many people that are going to be like, oh, how does she get that with so many little views? They don't know what you've been doing for so long. They don't know how long you've been wanting this for so long and how hard you had to work to get to where you at. And that was my case. And to this day, you know, there's going to be some people that aren't going to agree with you. There's going to be some people that are going to be jealous. They're going to be like, well, why does she deserve that? She doesn't do this, so why does she deserve that? And sometimes you got to like cancel out the noise and remind yourself that God has a purpose and a blessing for you, and what's for you will be for you. This is why it's very important, because I tell this to a lot of people, and sometimes I even get DMs, and I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it does get a little bit overwhelming, because majority of the time people sometimes want to know how you got to where you're at, but they never want to actually listen to you. They just want you to give them like the secret codes, or they want you to tell them like what exactly you did so they don't have to put in the work. And those are the type of people that I personally cannot stand, because they don't care about what it is to be a content creator. They just want to get free stuff. And it's not like that. You just don't get it like that. That's why sometimes, you know, I respond to people back when they ask me, but majority of the time I always tell them, you got to be consistent. Like, if I tell them one thing, it's because it's free. I'm giving you something for free, because normally people would charge you to tell you things. But me, I'm that type of person where I want everyone to win and I don't want nobody behind. But I also do understand that sometimes you do have to gatekeep, and you do have to like stay secluded to yourself, because 9 out of 10 people aren't always wanting to put in the work. They just want all the easy stuff so they don't have to go through all the hard work like you did. And then at the end, they get majority of the credit while you don't get anything and you put in all the work. But the thing is that you just have to be consistent. That's just what I tell people every single time. If you're not consistent, then what do you expect? I was a brand, and I was like, okay, I want somebody to showcase. I want people to actually tell others of my product, because my product is super good. I see two girls. I see one that has a smaller following, and then I see one that has a bigger following. The one that is a smaller following is doing all the work and is still consistent with everything she's doing, and she's still bringing out content and using my product. I will start to look at hers more than the girl that just comes in and out and just sometimes posts, uses the product but doesn't, and then doesn't talk about it, then moves on, and then doesn't post, and then you won't hear from them for like 2 weeks or a month, versus the girl that's there every single week, meaning Monday through Friday, every single time consistently. That's how brands will start seeing you. That's what I will see, and that's what I would choose. The smaller creator versus the one that is just in and out but not really being consistent. It's almost like in school. You have to be consistent with your work. If you want to pass and you want to do good in life, if you really want good grades, you got to put in the work. If you don't put in the work and you're cheating, most likely you're not going to understand why you got to where you at, and you're not going to be happy with it. Why would you want to cheat and then in the end you won't be happy with the hard work you put into? I love to figure stuff out, learn, and do my research, and I don't care how long it takes me, but I know the journey, and I know that what God has for me is there. And even sometimes when I get discouraged and I think, you know, maybe this is not going to work out for me, maybe this is it, this is not something, because believe me, I have had so many thoughts of quitting and just stopping, and I will have so many of my girlies and creators that are just like me that would encourage me, and that would tell me, and even God will tell me all the time, like, don't get caught up, just continue, keep on, put in the work, be consistent. And sometimes you need that support, because sometimes if it's just you getting all the support, then majority of the time you're going to overwhelm yourself. It's okay to get support from others, and of course, yes, you have to be your own biggest cheerleader, because 9 out of 10 nobody's going to believe in your craft and content creation. Like, my parents don't even believe that people actually get paid for this. Like, a lot of parents are like what you would call them baby boomers, you would say, and they used to just talk and they would say so many things. And even my husband, I had to believe in myself and tell myself that there is a plan here and there is going to be success from this, but I just have to continue being consistent. All that being said, because I know I'm talking way too much, is if you love doing this stuff and it's something serious that you want to do, then continue doing that and don't give up. That's pretty much everything that I had to say. But if you do want in details, or if you want me to do like a separate video of how I started my journey and everything else, then leave me down in the comments and let me know your thoughts, comments, any questions that you have, whether it's content creation, beauty, skincare, anything of that sort. We'll be super happy to comment back and tell you guys more about it. Okay, so we're gonna read this is Jeremiah 9:24, and it says, "But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understands and knows me, that I am the Lord, which exercise loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth, for in these things I delight, said the Lord." So that is it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Muchos besitos. God bless. Adios.